What's good, y'all? It is Magical You Monday.
And today we're talking about how other people see us, the masks we wear.
Welcome to the Renegade Relationship Realists with Rev and Rachael, Pierre McAllister, and Rachel Dillon. Please be advised, this channel is rated R for realism.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Rev and Rachael.
And today we're talking about how other people see us, the masks we wear.
Because we have a tendency to wear masks based on how we grew up, based on what we believe is socially acceptable. And I can remember when I started in ministry, right? I was brand new reverend. And you know, your friends, whenever you do something new, they want to support you.
Of course.
So my friend had come and she went through the whole service and all that. And then she comes to me later and she says, you know, it was great, blah, 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 blah. She says, but you know, you're not congruent. And I went, what? I'm not congruent. What is?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, really good friends, they really tell you what's
the
really
truth, yes.
tell you the truth. She says, you're not congruent. She says, I know who you are, and when you got up there, it seemed like you were someone else.
Oh, interesting.
That was painful to hear, but I really had to look at it because what she was saying to me is, you're wearing a mask, Marquita. And she could see it. And I think people believe half the time that we are being who we are, but the real truth, and that's what we show people, but that's not who we are. And the real truth is people can see your mask. Many times people can see your mask. And so their perception of you, you think they have one perception of you, and they don't. They may not say it to your face, but then they talk about you later because they see the mask. And they're like, yeah, well, she says this, but you know that's how some of the gossip.
Yeah.
So if we're really authentic, then there's no mask that you need to wear. But that, of course, comes with being comfortable, right?
With who you are.
With who you are.
And I think that I think a lot of times masks are there not consciously. That we wear masks to be who we think somebody else needs us to be, but not realize that we're actually doing it.
And it's being a mask, that we're masking.
Absolutely. And the masks are, I think sometimes they're even necessary.
Why necessary? What are you saying?
If I'm a PTA mom and I need to fit into that particular environment so that I can better the school for my child's benefit, sometimes showing up the way I need to show up there is different than when I go to work and now I have to be the CEO and I have to do this stuff. I have to show up a different way in that environment.
Now, I get with showing up a different way, but I still don't understand the mask. To me, you should be authentic in each environment that you're in. You're not, of course, you're going to be different as a PTA mom versus the CEO of a company. And yet who you actually are, as long as you're integrated, you can wear the different hats, but you show up authentically.
So if you're doing the role of minister, and you just had a whole situation happen at home that was devastating to you, but you still have to walk into that room and be that minister and be that pillar of support for your congregants, you call that a hat, not a mask.
I don't see that even. So here's what, now the real truth is, if I had a devastating thing at home and I really cannot show up to support people, I will absolutely call in. I will not come.
I see.
I will not come because I can't be real, and they do need someone of support. If I can't be of support, I should not be here. Now it's possible, and I've had this happen where I show up because there is something going on in my life.
Right.
And I get the whole prayer thing that goes on, which is definitely uplifts me,
Absolutely.
right? And yet people say, you're not yourself, and I'll say, you're absolutely correct.
Right.
Because I still must be authentic. And if I'm not 100%, I should at least be some percent so I can be up here and say what I need to say, but come from that authentic space. But sometimes the sadness comes through. They can feel it, other people feel it, and I'm good with that.
Yes. Okay.
Be authentic.
So we're defining the mask as something that is not real. The mask is a cover, a pretense of what you want, what you think others want, not who you authentically are.
In the moment.
So I can compartmentalize my life and I can say, in this area, I need to let everything else go, and I can be that strong, capable, supportive person, even though I may have trauma going on over here, or tragedy going on over here. That's not a mask, that is compartmentalizing, so that I kind of shut that part off right now. I'll deal with that later, but I step into this role as who I am authentically.
Yes, and I think that's really, really important to look at ourselves and decide, are we wearing the mask or have I compartmentalized?
Right.
I compartmentalize a lot. I had someone
Yes.
say to me, all of that was going on. She had no idea, and I'm like, she goes, how do you do that? And I'm like, well, because that doesn't, in the moment.
The way you do it is you